Brian Anderson, plus our reporter, Allie LaForce. You take a look at the Raptors. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. And it's Capella with the jam.
Another dunk in the career of Clint Capella, and he's got a lot of them.
Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Clock at 4. 19-footer. The kick to Durant. Three-pointer. Gets the three to fall.
One of the tough things about Kevin Durant, doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or in this situation off the catch, Durant one of the best, period.
Davis tries from 6 feet. And Capella slams it down.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's Davis. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, between his length and touch, Davis is the perfect interior player.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Mike Budenholzer. We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and Coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covered a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, B.A.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Taking man long with the pass.
Oh,
I've been set through the pass, B.
Pass to Miller. Back to Davis. Here's Abaji. Here's Miller. Off the mark there with a three.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Make no mistake, an intimidating 7-footer. Steven Adams gets the space he needs and finishes with ease.
Now here's Davis. And it's in there. Davis has gotten his second bucket on the night.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
First team foul.
As physical a player as there is in the entire NBA, Steven Adams putting the defense in a tough spot.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Raptors lead by 3. Inside. Back to Miller. Fires from deep. He drops it from range. Miller's got 6 points.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Capella with a block.
A quality defender, Capella uses his size and reach to erase shots.
Here's Armstrong. Tries again. Abaji with a rebound. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Toronto shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Here comes some t-shirts. Get up out of your seats, everybody. All right, let's go.
Pass to Capella. And the slam dunk by Capella.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Here's Armstrong to the inside. Bull. And finished off by Bull.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
So that's a foul. Why? Yo,
Where
what the fuck
was
is
the
up with this
defense?
game,
No
B?
help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
For three, Dinwiddie. And he buries his first look.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Beal. A minute 15 left in the first quarter here. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, that is just tremendous concentration from Bradley Beal. Defense all over him, no problem.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Miller outside. Davis a screen. Shot clock at 5. Miller can't get it to go. Suns trail by 8. To the middle. Here's Richards. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his second foul, and he can't afford to pick up a third.
Toronto shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Spencer Dinwiddie, one of those players that seems to have improved with every passing season. And his numbers back that up. This guy just keeps getting better.
And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Dinwiddie outside to the paint. And Davis slams it home.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Here's Durant. And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for the Raptors. Hunt.
Yeah.
For opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Outside Whitmore. On the wing, Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get off a shot. And it's Whitmore missing.
I mean, come on, jack that one in the face of some strong defense. You got to think twice about that next time.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's... It's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Davis down low. Pass to Agbaji. Jacks up a three. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? Nah, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
3 on the clock. Durant's shot is off.
I can't get now one fucking ball, bro.
Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Oh, stolen by Richardson. Here's Whitmore. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Davis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And he's good on the second.
Quite simply, AD is one of the most impactful players in the league. Can take over a game on both ends.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks. Here's the pick. Miller outside. No, stop it in there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to be on Nick Richards. And right away, Brandon Miller showed that he was a star in the making, Grant.
Yeah, he's a 3-level scorer, B.A. He's very fluid as a player, and he makes the game look so easy. He hasn't even grown into his body yet.
And it's blocked by Davis. Here's Whitmore. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And they're just not willing to give the ball handlers any breathing room.
Here's Davis. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
The assist.
Dinwiddie's got 7 points.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
And it's Toronto with a rebound.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Miller outside. 4 on the clock.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
And the timeout called.
Nigga runs into me and I get caught.
And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Shepherd. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. And again, Toronto, no good. Suns trail by 10. Down low. Here's Bol. And finished off by Bol.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Here's Miller. Pass to Nurkic. Outside for Davis. 6 to shoot. And here's Thompson for 3. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's Phoenix with it. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. It'll be game number 2 in their 5-game homestand.
Well, some guys over the course of their career just keep developing, and Bradley Beal came in as a sweet shooter, and he continues to do it.
And here's Shepherd for 3. Adams grabs the miss. Here's Armstrong. No good on the triple.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Miller. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
There's the screen by Bull. Back to Beal. Lets the three fly. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Toronto leading by 4. Pass to Davis. Miller outside. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
The Raptors making a switch here.
Dan Bean, everyone. Getting up and down once again.
Here's Shepherd. No made baskets yet. Just 5 to shoot. Thompson in the post. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Suns trail by 4. Now here's Beal. Give him 8 points now. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
First team foul. At the line for Phoenix. Ball.
And he drops the first. And a new group getting ready for the Suns. And Bull drops them both. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith. And here are the Suns. They're on a 12-4 run. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
At the line for your side.
That free throw good from Allen. And one of the game's best shooters, Doris. Grayson Allen can really stretch the floor for you.
BA, his presence on this particular roster is so significant because of what they can do around him. Yes, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter because he can flat beat you from distance, but you also can't foul him. He is consistent at the free throw line, and he's very capable off the bounce. Grayson Allen is a more well-rounded player than he's given credit for.
Pass to Whitmore. Back to Durant. At the arc. KD drains it.
Now, KD, if you allow him to spot up, the easy money sniper will not miss.
Here's Davis. And stolen by Durant. In transition, here come the Suns. For 3, Allen hits the trifecta. Now it's a 3-point Suns lead. Dinwiddie outside. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Suns ahead, up by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Bull. And finished off by Bull.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Here's Dinwiddie. He's good with a little jumper in close. Dinwiddie's got 9.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Stolen by Miller. And a fast break now for the Raptors. Dinwiddie, right side. Thompson outside. The 3 is up. Oh, Thompson, the long-range triple.
Well, you talk about confidence when you're from distance. It's Klay Thompson. That's his world, and we're just living in it.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Here's Davis. And no good. Solid defense from Bol. Here's Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. It's Dinwiddie on the wing. He's got 9. Clock at 6. For 3. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Beal with it. Miller pulls it in.
Only their first miss in 4 attempts. It's been a great start to the half.
Dinwiddie outside. Back to Miller. From the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. Miller's got 22.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
DJ, leave it alone.
Beal surveying the D. There's the screen by Bol. Excellent D there from Davis.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
No. Yeah, you got one. 1 second.
And here are the Raptors now. They're on a 12-4 run. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Thompson outside. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Offensive board. Back to Miller. On the wing, Thompson. And the foul on Steven Adams. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Now Dinwiddie. He's got 9. Miller outside. 5 on the clock. Misses the 3. Suns trailed by 3. And it's Eason penetrating. It's Eason with the jam.
Yeah, Steven Adams' instinct is to pass it first, and what instincts he has. Wow, pretty play.
Here's Dinwiddie. And he makes it on the layup. Dinwiddie's got 11 points.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Right side, Easton. Out to Beal. There's a screen by Bol. Beal with it. And Davis picks him up defensively. Bol. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Toronto leading by 3. Dinwiddie outside. Miller outside. And it's Phoenix for the rebound. 1:46 left in the third. And Bradley Beal is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul so far.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 11. Inside. Here's Capella. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
I just love the ball.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Off the inbound. Durant owning the inside.
We call that the ultimate high percentage look for one of the most efficient scorers ever. KD in the house.
To the middle. Here's Miller. Good work
fucking
defensively
defense,
by
kid.
Whitmore.
Fuck out of here.
Suns trail by 3. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
And so here is Toronto to the inside. Davis.
Yeah, this is how powerful Davis is. Awesome at capitalizing with the dunk.
Oh,
Richardson, no good.
Dunking the ball,
Toronto
man. It's
leading
really
by
pissing me
4.
off.
46 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Miller outside. Oh, and that one,
Same
no
bum ass
question.
fucking move like
Powered
no,
it
I'm
down.
not stupid. That's stupid.
Oh,
That's pick and roll.
yes.
What you
Two
doing?
loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Left side Durant. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. You gotta like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
Outside Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Smith with the rebound. Here's Shepherd. He's scoreless. No good on the shot. Here's Durant. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Toronto, leading by 6 as we...
The Raptors, 56.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Raptors lead by 6. Here's Shepherd. Thompson outside. Oh, and Clay makes that 3 look so easy.
This is what you call a dead-eye three-point perimeter shooter. Klay Thompson doing work.
Durant looking around. From deep. Knocks down the triple.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Here's Toronto now. They've led by as much as 10. Thompson right side. There's the triple. The Suns clear it. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Knocked away.
Some
Stolen
bullshit,
by
bro.
Smith. Here's Shepherd. Pass to Thompson. Outside for Davis. 4 on the clock. Now Smith. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Well, this is a point guard who can flat get off the floor. Dinwiddie using his vertical to his advantage.
Pass to Richardson. Outside Durant. Adams a screen. Can't get it to drop. Excellent D there from Davis.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
And Miller good for 3. Miller's got 28 points for the game.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since. I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Phoenix making a switch here.
Substitution on the floor.
And so it's Phoenix with it. They trail by 11. Back to Beal. Outside Bull. The 3 ball. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Boy, outstanding decision-making by Dinwiddie. We associate him as a scorer, but what a pretty look.
Here's Armstrong. No good again that time. And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for Toronto. This is the most they've led, 13 points. Miller outside. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Dinwiddie. Second chance effort. Eason pulls it in. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout. Clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
Make some noise for you.
And the Suns making a change here. Suns trail by 13. Here's Armstrong. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Brandon Miller. And he makes a first. And that's good as he hits both shots. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Here's Davis. The shot off that time. Solid defense from Bowles. Here's Durant. Ooh, the defense is making it easy for Durant.
Kevin Durant making you pay on the interior. Look out around the rim.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Here's Miller. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
He sneaks in off the baseline, then elevates for a sick reverse jam.
Man, that was so pretty. Athletic basketball with a little showmanship mixed in. To the paint. Bol. And finished off by Bol.
I'll tell you, how about the playmaking from Kevin Durant? On time and on target with the pass.
Dinwiddie outside. Down low. And a slam dunk by Capella.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Beal outside. Pass to Bull.
Oh.
Second shot opportunity. Knocks it loose. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Five to shoot. The kick to Durant. The putback. Here comes Durant. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Raptors lead by 11.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Raptors.
And at first glance, it appeared to be an easy win for them. However, they had to weather some storms along the way, Grant.
Yeah, in terms of competitiveness, it was a lot closer than the final score indicates.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And of all the hot...
Fuck.